Hello, we are the Calculads. We're here to help review for Unit 2 and 3 of AP Calculus AB. I'm Mazen Hasuna, that's Mohammed over there, and then Eric's behind the camera.
Hello.
And today we're going to be going over the power rule. It's a very simple rule that you have to use for taking derivatives. It's a very fast shortcut to take. So basically, you have the power rule, you have a function with x to the power of n. That's the only time you can use it, hence the name power rule, because n is a power. Whenever you take the derivative, f prime of x becomes n times x to the n minus 1. What that means is you take the n up here and you bring it down, and then you subtract the exponent by 1. A lot of the time people might subtract by 1 and then bring it down, but you need to be careful not to fall in that. It's going to be nx n minus 1. Over here we have the notations where it's meant to show what the function becomes. So f of x, the function of x, becomes f prime of x. Y can be y prime, or it can be represented as dy dx, which means the derivative of y with respect to x, hence dy dx. Over here we have our examples. Right here we're going to work them out in a bit, but first we're just going to show what they are. Y is equal to x to the power of 5. Y prime, the derivative of y, is going to be 5x to the 4th. For f of x, 1 over x. F prime of x is going to be negative x to the negative 2. Y is equal to the 4th root of x. Dy dx is going to be 1/4 x to the negative 3/4. And to work it out, for y is equal to x to the 5th, you're just going to bring the exponent down here, and then you're going to minus 1. So you'll have y prime is equal to, you bring the 5 down, 5 times x to the power of 5 minus 1, which would be 4. And that's number 1. For the second one, you have f of x is equal to 1 over x. So you have f of x is equal to 1 over x. But that's just another way of saying x to the negative 1. And then you can bring the negative 1 down, and you can subtract by 1. And since it's negative, it's going to go to negative 2. So f prime of x is equal to, you bring the negative 1 down, negative, and then x to the power of negative 2, which can be said as negative 1 over x squared, like that. Last one, probably the most tricky. You'd have to know that the 4th root of x can also be represented as x to the 1/4. You bring the 1/4 down, so dy dx. Also, all of these are the same. They're just different ways of writing now. Sometimes they're used in different contexts. So dy dx is equal to, you're going to take the 1/4 down, so 1/4 multiplied by x to the power of 1/4 minus 1, which takes a little bit of manipulation, but you'll see that it would be negative 3 over 4, which gives us our answer right here.